Hi, today one more teardown of one more military cockpit control panel. Again a station box from Ultra Electronics, it seems. I believe this one was from a Tornado and it is in roof condition with missing circuit boards inside. So I will not keep this one, it is not a rare one. We have, what is this, intercom maybe? Potentiometer apparently. missile, radar warning, so it is all audio level adjustments, I believe. The HF, UHF, TACAN, ILS, here some kind of rotary selector, lower or upper antenna with a completely loose switch, push to control, CCS, okay. Big sticker on the side with NATO stock number, serial number apparently 1014, nice connectors, nice quarter ton fastener here. Okay, so it is not rare, and given the condition I cannot keep everything, so this one is not a keeper. First I will undo this front panel, which is apparently secured by two big screws like this. It is not usual, so this nice little button can be salvaged. There is an extra plate here they did add, and apparently it is telebrief. So you can do Zoom meeting or Teams meeting in your Tornado. Telebrief, okay. But it was replaced, it seems, by another function. Quite interesting. So if I undo those two screws, which are actually at the same time the backlight system for the front panel. Quite interesting. I do not think I did have this model before. Quite sad, the slot here is damaged. So it should allow to remove this front panel and reveal a lot of dust. Well, it is really not glorious, this thing. Look at this, completely loose. Well, I could secure it back in place, but it is what it is. This button is broken here and several ones were bent. I did straighten them a little bit, but this front plate actually is not too bad. It might clean well with magic sponge, so maybe I would keep it in just in case I get another one with a broken front panel. Why not? Okay, let's undo the rear cover. Okay, so this is serious steel cover, not aluminium. I will try to salvage the fastener here. It is secured by a nylon washer, so I should be able to push it out. Okay, and it reveals colorful wire bundles. Here, unusual setup for those potentiometers, you can see. Really not the thing you are used to. Quite interesting. So this one is bent also. Okay. Not even sure of how it will come off, this thing. Here is some grease here, or silicone or something. Ah, there is a circlip. Wow, it will be annoying. Okay, let me grab my, if I find them, my circuit pliers. Oh. I hate those circlips. Of course, my pliers are too big for it, but I might be able to do something anyways. Wow, this will be annoying. So I want to take one of them apart to see what we have, but I will see later on. So, other side, we have 2 circuit boards, 2 removed apparently, sadly. One more board here with a lot of resistors, and well, it is all the buttons. These ones are classic potentiometers, but here you can see really they did use something weird. So very very nice wire bundle, and the chassis is made of an assembly of boards like this, you can see. So first I will undo the 2 circuit boards here that are not salvaged. Well, they are both the same anyways, but as it is not coming back together, this thing, you can see it has been tinkered a lot. All the screws are straight on everything. So we have 2 boards like that. Oops, excuse me. Wow. Featuring enormous old school tantalum capacitors, UA 741 op amp, and very old school tracks. A few transistors, so it will be some kind of audio amplifier thing, probably. WIMA capacitors, nothing special, not that impressive, and all those old tantalum caps are prone to fail in flames when they go short circuit. So the same one. Okay, on the back we have a bunch of noise filtering components, capacities pass-through probably, the other side of the case securing device, some kind of configuration jumpers here. Okay, let me motherboard here with nice golden contacts, another one here. So let me take this stuff apart a little bit more. Wow, quite a fight really. Some screws are really hard, and you will notice the serial number on this sub-assembly is way higher than the serial number on the main unit. quite weird. Nice circuit board slider things here, rails, riveted in place. I will probably drill out those rivets in order to recycle the aluminium. One more difficult to reach screw here to undo. Oops. And it should come right off. Some hungry dog outside. Okay, so not much else to show here. In fact, in this area, this switch here will be very easy to salvage as it is completely loose, like such. So when I salvage such switches, I always keep all the hardware together. I will probably clean it a little bit and test it, because given the condition, some stuff might be defective and I don't want to keep defective parts in my stock. I have already enough junk. Quite a nice one, it seems, this one. Okay, the regular bulb holder here, yes, like such. So this is a nut, but it will be complicated to undo. So you can see the front panel is made of one single piece of machined aluminium, it seems, or not. Maybe it's these two parts, because I see those screws here. So if undoing the screws allow to get a better reach to the circlip, I might be lucky. Ah no, they are just for the circuit board assembly behind here. Okay, no luck. So what I want to do is to undo one of those assemblies here and check with you what we have exactly, even if it requires breaking it in parts. But as you can see, might be quite difficult. First I will get rid of the wire loom. Okay, so this one is almost loose, but as I do not have any circlip pliers with bits thin enough to fit in those very small circlips, and I have been looking for such tools for a long time. Circlip pliers are always expensive and junk at the customer level, and you do not find any circlip plier for smaller circlips. It is all for well, automotive and regular mechanics grade circlips, but you do not find things with extremely thin hands. And where is it? As you can see on this one, the holes are not even 1 mm, maybe 0.5, something like this. And you need, and also very narrow, so you need really good tools, and you just do not find them. Okay, I believe we are good for this part. Not even sure of how I will open it. Maybe big hammer. So here what we have else, circuit board like this, nice standoffs to retrieve, metal layer resistors, so a whole bunch of resistors, more switches, the same model here also, regular potentiometers, do not think I will keep them, rotary selector here, not sure, on the back here, the connectors sadly are crimped, so I cannot really salvage them, even if except if I keep the wires with them, but all the pins are not populated, so it is not really useful. So I will just keep the hardware here, put this to the e-waste probably, because I have already a bunch of these things that already. Anyways, here maybe, not sure what I will do with those golden contacts. It is fun, they did use 2 screws here on the side and 1 rivet in the middle, here also. So it will be a lot of tedious and further disassembly this thing. As you can see, well, I am not in a hurry, but it will be some work, definitely. Let me put this somewhere aside and try to check out with you what we have in here. Put it onto a little piece of wood in case I... So, as it is a rotating device, so either it is rotary selectors, maybe the 3 layers of selectors you will rotate, or it is a potentiometer. So first we have this heat shrink all around. I will try to remove it. So I was really interested by this, curious about this part, because it is the first time I see them. Okay, quite unusual, look at this. Of course they need to put the heat shrink because the metal pieces here are completely loose and prone to move and do short circuits and everything. So really not your usual stuff. It looks like we might have a back cover. Not sure. This is epoxide in place, by the way. Okay. Let me grab selectors to get rid of these resistors at the back here. So it looks like we have riveted golden contacts in here. Okay. This looks like a nut. Oh. Okay. Not impressive. What to do? Try the hammer? Okay, let's try the hammer. I guess it worked. So yes, as expected, it is just rotary contacts. We have a nice golden contacts here and here. So this part will turn around with little copper springs and 4 apparently little golden metal strips like this that will do contacts between those parts here. If I can undo one for you, give me 1 second. Maybe like this, precision work here. Okay, yes, little golden pads here. It will just rotate. So where the design, I did not see it previously, and quite bulky obviously. You could do a lot more compact. I do not see why they will use so much space. checking if it will be possible or not to salvage those golden things. It is here. Yes, okay. Weird. So not what I was, well, more or less what I was expecting, but not impressed overall with the design. Seems quite brittle. On this in particular, this design here, really not impressive. Look at this. Wow, there is no brand on this thing, by the way. Okay, I will put this in my golden e-waste receptacle. Someday maybe I will try to do a grab bag on eBay of gold e-waste like this. I have a lot, but I do not want to do gold refining unless a new process appears with involving non-dangerous chemicals. I believe there is something to do with vinegar, but I am not sure. So probably some gold to retrieve in here, but I need a shredder and everything, and well, for now I just collect them. Okay, so I will clean all this and clean the other parts to put into the scrapyard. At least it will be properly recycled, the aluminium. So stuff will just go in the trash. About the circuit boards, I am not sure. I might keep them in case I find another unit with the missing circuit board. I had 2 circuit boards missing in mine, so maybe another one will have 2 other ones missing. The front panel will definitely be cleaned, and I will try to do it right now with you. Just a test with magic sponge to see what happens. Definitely, so this is missing paint, but this stuff is really, even for cleaning glass. I have another instrument, Russian instrument with which had a delaminating layer on the glass of plastic, and I was able to remove it completely with magic sponge. So this is grease. It would require some alcohol maybe, but as you can see, really not too bad. So for a little bit more of finishing work, but detailing, but as you can see, not too bad. And I did just put a date code here of April 1990. Not sure if it is the date of manufacturing of a whole unit or if it is just a replacement part. In my opinion, it is older than this. And do I have a date code somewhere else? Yes. I have 77 on this L trimmer and 77 here also. Okay, so this is definitely a retrofit part. Okay, a little bit more cleaning and it will be all nice to put in the storage for possible restoration of another one. I will probably keep it together with those things even if they are worn out. Okay, so at least it is not a complete loss, this thing, even if well, a lot of hardware to retrieve still, and some metal to recycle. I will be annoyed with those screwed inserts here. I want to clean it completely before I put it to the scrapyard, but Sometimes you can, yes, it is magnetic. You can just insert a longer screw in here. It is 3 mm, and then you wiggle the screw and it will eventually loosen the riveting part here, riveted part. And by the way, it is not good to put round things like this because sometimes they can just come loose and turn together with your screw. And then you are not able to take apart the device anymore because you cannot remove your screw because your nut part is turning loose. I saw this problem on two modern Dell LCD monitors. The VESA mount screws were fitted with round metal inserts like this, and just by the factory tightening of the screw, they will break loose the riveted part and you will be able to undo the screw because they did put some thread lock on the screw. Quite bad design. Just do a square thing instead of round and the problem is fixed. Okay. So not much else to see. Very unusual color of wires, by the way. Little things with all the wire numbers. Unusual yellow X-ring here also. Interesting. And this front panel will give me some work to do. Well, all this is more or less loose, so it should be good. Only the circlip will be annoying, I guess. And this is also not good with this fastener here. Okay, look, when they did the retrofit, they did rename here the switch with a new function with this added plate. Interesting. So, thanks for watching. Bye bye.